Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for my art, Nadine Michelle Art. Thank you all for being here with me today. So today what I'm planning to do is another swipe. I'm still practicing and just trying to get better with this. So the plan is I'm gonna kind of like puddle some colors in the center. I noticed when I did that, I liked how much color I had in the end result better. So I'm going to take my palette knives here and then I'm going to swipe over the colors, and then I'll have the cell activator on the back of my palette knife, and that is what causes all the cells to occur. I seem to like using this bigger palette knife versus these other ones, but I do use the little one sometimes to wreck like smaller parts of it. But I'm probably mainly going to use this bigger one, and then I'm going to put my cell activator on the back of my palette knife and swipe over my colors, and then I'm going to use the smaller one to wreck it. So the pouring medium I'm using today is 75% Floetrol and 25% golden gel gloss. This is a rough estimate, you guys. I do not measure whatsoever. I paint by feel. So I thickened up my base paint color because I wanted my cells and my lacing to be able to hold shape more. So I try to thicken this one up because I was having my cells and lacing break apart in the previous video. So this color is Liquitex Phthalo Blue mixed with Liquitex Mars Black. It's basically like my own Prussian blue that I made. And then we're using Deco Art Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold. And the next color we're using is Liquitex Aqua Green, and then I mixed it with some golden iridescent pearl. And then we have Deco Art Americana Decor Metallics in sterling silver. And this color is the golden fluid iridescent pearl. And the color I'm using for my cell activator is Amsterdam Pearl White. And make sure you have a torch handy. This technique produces a lot of bubbles and you really have to babysit it to get them out. Something I discovered is use Amsterdam paint as your base coat. I got so much less bubbles when I use this as my base coat versus using Liquitex as my base coat. I don't know if it's because of the paint, but I really feel like it is, and I think this technique does best with the Amsterdam as your base coat. Okay, and now we're going to flood our canvas with our base coat color. When you put this on, you don't want to fully cover the canvas yet. You just want it to be partially covered with your base coat color. It's all about the stretch for this technique. And make sure you don't forget to torch this bubbles. I noticed a lot of issues with bubbles in this technique for me. I really had to go over it several times. Okay, now we're layering all of our colors on top of our base coat color. You're probably wondering why you see me layering my colors differently. Probably most times I do a video. Well, I'm kind of just trying to see what works for me and what composition I like the best, like for my end result. So I'm just experimenting here. Okay, and now we are going to do our swipe. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Go very, very slow. And you want your cell activator to glide over your colors. It should just glide over them lightly. And then another tip is you want to make sure you're using the right amount of pressure. Otherwise, all of your colors won't come up. You will see just a lot of your cell activator. That means you're not using enough pressure. And this just comes with time and with practice. I'm still learning it myself. And another tip I have for swiping is you just have to practice, you guys. This requires a lot of hands-on practice, okay? And then you will get better. And now I'm wrecking it a little and just making it my own. I'm gonna add some more base coat color there so I have enough color when I go to stretch it out or spin it. And then I'm just putting my own little touches on it here. Another tip when you swipe, you guys, is make sure you have a even coat of cell activator on the back of your palette knife, because otherwise it will look all weird when you go to swipe. And like I mentioned earlier, make sure you are torching very well. You may have to do this for several minutes for like 2 or 3 times, okay? And now I am going to spin a little. Tip with spinning, do not spin this so fast to where paint is flinging on your walls. It should not be going that fast. You want to spin slow, okay? So your cells and your lacing stay intact, just like how you would tilt. You do not need to make a mess here. It should only go like a couple inches in front of you. And you also don't want your canvas to fly off, so that's another reason to spin slowly. And now I'm just fixing things that I don't like. This is part of the problem of being a perfectionist. You are never satisfied. So I'm just adding things and fixing things I don't like here. I'm gonna warn you guys, don't get too attached to this one. I know, trust me, I wish I would have left it alone and kept it, but I'm just preparing you. I was not satisfied, so yeah. Okay, and then I'm just tilting it around. Sometimes I tilt it so I can have more control. Like I said, don't get too attached. I was not satisfied, so now I'm just layering my colors in a different way to see if I can get a different composition, because when you lay your colors down differently, you will get a different end result. And then I just got a big streak of blue paint right in my cells there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, be careful. Don't be messy like me. Learn, from my mistakes. Okay, now I'm just trying to get what I want out of this painting. I really had to work at this a little, and to be quite honest with you, I wish I would have just left it alone. I liked the first one a lot better. I mean, this end result is still good, but I just really preferred the first one. So you guys just leave it alone. We gotta know when to walk away, and unfortunately, we never do, it seems like. Now I'm just adding some blue paint in parts that I don't like. I'm being a perfectionist. Just walk away, Nadine. Walk away. But, I keep going and trying to fix it. So, yeah.
Trying to reach out to me every damn day. It feels strange when you say change. Of course you want me now that I found my way away from you.
So I like how this came out, but like I said, I really prefer the first one. And there were some mistakes I made when I was making this, and so therefore I got a result I didn't really care for.
Sorry that you're not.
Okay, and here is the finished wet result of this piece. I really like it. I like the swipe, and I like that aqua in there. It's just not exactly what I was going for. I wanted it to be more metallics and less aqua. It seems like the aqua really took over. So I'll have to remember that for next time. But I really do like it. I just liked the first one better is all. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I really love how those cells almost glow. It is just so magical. That's part of why I love swipes so much lately. It just looks so 3D and just magical. So you guys see these cells right here? Do you see how they got all wonky and messed up? Yeah, I really can't stand that, and that's a big part of what I don't like about this piece. And that's from me tilting and spinning too fast. I'm pretty sure I have to go slower, or I have to thicken up my cell activator, or my base coat color could be a consistency issue as well. Always remember in fluid art, if you're having problems, everything comes back to your consistency. Everything. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope you learned something. And thank you all for watching Nadine Michelle Art. Now go create something beautiful today. Bye.
But you took things that you swore you wouldn't take, and it's hard for me. I'm still bargaining when you lost your fire. I had to steal my flame.